Hello, Mugcord. Welcome back to another episode of Sonic Dash. Now, I had a whole ass thing planned out. I was going to. The whole point of this part, I mean, really, it's to keep fucking talking over a game I like mindlessly playing, but the specific intention I had was to wait for a new event and then kind of give you a rundown as to how I personally grind through events really quickly. Um, my like specific case is new characters and events start at like 12 p.m. in my time zone. Right now it's 1 p.m., but like I would have shifts at work where I was on break from half 11 to half 12 and the event would start at 12. So it's like, oh, I want to try see if I can unlock this event or beat this event and unlock this character within that half hour that the event is on for my break. And in order to do that, I needed to do a lot of very small optimizations and a couple of big choices within runs in order to most efficiently collect character tokens and always be on the track, always collecting tokens, minimizing actions that slow down collecting tokens. It was going to be nice and easy. I had everything ready. I was going to do that. I was going to tell you guys what I do, and I was going to do it during a new character event, so you could see my process of unlocking a new character. Because as you can see, I have a lot of characters. Rouge I do not currently have, because Rockstar Rouge rather, because she just got made available, but for actual money, and I'm not spending actual money for another character. I've done that a couple times. But like in the case of Rockstar Rouge, her event will start like next week anyway, after Popstar Emir, so we're not really thinking about her. But yeah, it was going to be easy. But you might notice something if you're a long-time Dash head. That's what Sonic Dash fans call themselves. 1,000 character tokens. Now, I don't know how many people know this, but the way events work in Sonic Dash is literally just that a new character will become available, or a returning character, whatever. And during an event with that character, there will just be tokens across a standard run of the map, and you'll pick them up, you get all of them, you get the character. It used to be you needed to collect 500 tokens. That was way too much. I still have quite a few characters that I collected from 500 token events. I think Excalibur Sonic was one of those for me. But like, it took a while, it was kind of tedious, it wasn't that fun. Then they lowered it to 250. 250 is a good amount. But now it's back at 1,000, which is much higher than 500. But there's a light at the end of the tunnel, because apparently, and I'm sourcing this statement from the Sega Hardlight Discord server, but apparently 1,000 tokens, there are about 10 times more tokens actually appearing on the track. And not just that, but dashing and the magnet apparently attract tokens now. So it seems like in general, getting tokens is going to be way easier. For what it's worth, the fact that it's 2,000 or 1,000 tokens now rather than 250 doesn't actually change any of the tips I need to tell you guys very much. We're still fundamentally playing the same sort of game and doing a lot of the same small optimizations. It just, there's one big thing that's slightly different, and I will talk about that as I come up. Now, I would start the run here, but if I were to do so, I would have already made two mistakes in terms of grinding to get characters insanely fast. Mistake one is that I'm playing as a character with an animal multiplier, because when it comes to getting characters really fast, one thing you might end up doing is dying. Sometimes you might want to throw a run for various reasons, or you might just straight up die. Sometimes if I end up, I might take a spring to a boss area by accident, and then I want to, die, because boss areas are a whole stretch of land where you won't find tokens, so that's a waste of time if you're trying to get a character insanely quickly. And when you die, you are going to get the animal multiplier bonus. And that fraction of a second that takes, that's time lost, baby. We can't pick a character with an animal multiplier. So you want to pick any character you have that, doesn't have an animal multiplier. Pretty much every single event character in the game doesn't have one. So you're really fine to pick whoever here. For what it's worth, though, because we now know that magnets and dash boosts are important because they attract tokens, you want a character with a really long dash boost or magnet. I'm going to pick Supersonic, probably. Yeah, I don't know, that just sounds good to me. Mistake 2 would be if I were to start the run right here, Seaside Hill Zone. I will explain this in probably greater detail, but we're instead going to start from, really, you can pick the fucking snow area, you can pick, God, there's so many levels in this game, Sky Sanctuary, or you can pick Mushroom Hill Zone. Any of these are going to suit you better. I'm going to pick Sky Sanctuary Zone because I like it. And I just started around. Ignore that my missions are, partway done. It's because I was, doing those, testing videos a while back. Okay, there's token 1. It doesn't feel like there's hundreds more right now, but hey. The reason we pick Sky Sanctuary Zone is because, or any of the zones I mentioned, is because of the fact that the homing attack chains against choppers that can spawn, you really don't want to do those ever if you're trying to get tokens as fast as possible, because of the fact that, time spent homing attacking choppers is time spent off ground where character tokens aren't spawning. It's a very small, simple thing. Oh, there we go, that's, 3 in a row. Oh, that was... Yeah, okay, right, that's fine. This shouldn't take too long then, I hope, because it's 10 o'clock as I record this at night, and I do want to sleep fairly early today. Oh, straight up missed whatever I was gonna dash. That looked like a magnet effect. I shouldn't dash into them. Yeah, okay, that is magnet effect. And I got a red star ring too, because I'm gaming. Okay. Oh, right, so we're going into a, loop area or whatever. The old strat would have been to avoid those completely, because tokens cannot spawn on loop tracks, and if you're in a place with a loop track, then that's tokens that aren't spawning. But apparently, according to the High Dive server, they can spawn on loop... Yeah, okay, right, that's... You're not gonna pass that up. I, missed a couple there, but okay. So the old strat was avoid loop areas because you're not getting tokens. That strat has changed. That's just one of the things that this format for events has ruined. But that's fine, whatever. Don't care. If anything, this is, better, because it does mean that I can just not have to miss as many tokens or, throw as many runs. God, wow. That is a lot, huh? I mean, we're already at 39, that's better than I would have been on before. Is that different spike generator? Nah. But yeah, you avoid homing attack chains, you did avoid loops, but now you go for them. I just got hit there, that was straight up an L. There aren't that many other optimizations I can talk about right now, just because I'm doing a run. I'm just gonna... I don't like picking question mark paths, even though they can technically, give me places that don't have homing attack chains, because I'm worried, because if they give you a boss, then you just want to straight up die. There's actually another slight, optimization that I could have made, that I deliberately didn't do for the sake of showing it off, although it hasn't really come up, sort of. Effectively, the daily puzzle pieces that exist when it's, your first run of the day, in this case they're not puzzle pieces because there's an event on right now, they're, guitars and shit, but, those are also a time loss, for the obvious fact that if you collect all 4, then whenever you go back to the menu, you need to sit through the animation of those things happening. So, for my runs at work where I had to get the character in under half an hour, I would, start playing the game before the event started, get my daily mission done, And then because that daily mission is done, I'm not going to pick up those puzzle pieces, and it's going to save me like a fraction of a second on the menu. And a lot of these things are going to sound quite silly, right? Like, it's an endless runner mobile game. These events last like a week, and it only takes like half an hour or something to comfortably, like, get every event token for a character. Or not, closer to like an hour, to be fair. But I don't know, I like the culture of collecting every event token within my break time. And for what it's worth, like, it may sound stupid to say, oh, pick a character without an animal multiplier so that you don't have to see the animal multiplier bonus on the screen, or deliberately, like, fucking have already done your daily puzzle pieces, because that way you won't sit through that animation. But, like, a lot of those breaks where I did an event, I would finish the event at, like, 29 minutes past 12, and my shift would be, like, starting right now. So, these things have come in handy for me. I realised there was another thing that I've not been doing, that I should have been doing, and that can save a lot of time, and we're gonna do it right here. I should not be getting these arrows, because these arrows are animations, and these animations take up time. I'm just gonna swipe, any direction other than where the arrow's going. Get them done as fast as possible, then you can get back on the track, back where tokens are spawning. Look at that, that's... Oh, God, I don't know if I prefer this, but it is fun. It's nice feeling like I've only been playing for like 10 minutes or something, and I've already got 150 tokens. But at the same time, I feel like... Oh, I might have missed that. I feel like I might be getting tokens slower, because, I mean, 10 minutes, I'm at like 150 or whatever, and that's a good rate. But then that means, like, once I'm at half an hour, I'll only really be at like 400 or something, which is less than halfway. Whereas before, I was comfortably able to get all 250 in half an hour. Like, this might technically be slower, but in a sense, it feels more engaging. I don't know. It's nice that a magnet attacks them, though. I think maybe this is a good format for doing it, I think. But I think 100 or 1,000 tokens might still be a bit much. 500 tokens is definitely too little with this format, though. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I'll see how I feel moving on, to be fair. I actually really don't like Snow Mountain Zone. I think the music is, like, one of my least favourite Sonic tracks in general. And beyond that, it's definitely the hardest. It's, like, the least visually clear to me. Especially because, like, look at that turn. I can not see what's coming up because of the background elements. It's hard. It's harder than every other zone. I just realized I think I keep not, like, I keep doing these arrows just by accident, on pure instinct. God. I probably shouldn't have, like, planned this video with the whole, like, do guide exclusively in mind, because it makes me realize that, like, oh, I can't actually just talk about here are the things you do for the full length of the event, because it, like, the event is much longer than the list of small optimizations you can make. God, I need to use both hands here. Basically, it would have been don't avoid loops, but now you want to go for loops as much as possible. Avoid bosses altogether. Avoid doing these, even though I keep doing them. And now pick a character with good dash, good magnets. Don't have an animal bonus, blah blah blah. That's... Oh, okay, that was kind of close. I usually play this game, like, two-handed-ish, where I'm mostly using one finger for every action, but I've got, like, a thumb off to the side, kind of just in case I need some, like, really fast movements done. I have not been doing that this whole run, which is why I keep having a couple close calls. Um, yeah, see, we're at 250 tokens. Like, old event structure, that was it. We've done it now. Um, oh well. You know what, like, I'll keep the run going. I definitely, like, can use this as an excuse to grind for rings as well, to be fair, because I've got more rings than most people I've seen, actually. Um, I bought the permanent double rings thing, and I've had a lot of really good runs where I would then, watch the double ring ad at the end, so that's 4 times rings. I've also been playing the game for like 6 or 7 years. No, longer than that, honestly. And apparently, according to the game itself, I've got like 160 hours or something. Um, it is not unreasonable for me to have the amount of rings I have, but characters are getting kind of expensive to fully upgrade. It takes like comfortably like over 150,000 rings to fully upgrade a character or something. I might be making that number up, I don't know. But like, I have enough money to where if like 10 characters came out in a row, I could comfortably, fully upgrade all of them. But it's nice to be on the safe side. Having lots of rings is fun. It gives me a lot to, immediately be able to fully upgrade characters. You can see I died there and had the free revive already. Motherfucker! Okay, whatever. See, I kind of want to watch this ad so I can, like, double my rings, and then, yeah, well, I got 34k, but I'm not going to subject you guys to do that. I'm also going to mark these missions as cleared, but that is technically a time loss that you shouldn't go for if you're going for super optimal runs or whatever. For that matter, I don't even... like, animal multiplier doesn't matter. This isn't... We're not getting this done in half an hour. I don't even know if it's possible in half an hour anymore with the new upgrade, so we're just gonna pick, like, somebody random for fun. Instead of worrying about, like, oh, well, the animal multiplier bonus. Like, come on. Let's do Longclaw, and then I can just hate myself because I don't like playing as this character, and I don't know why I select them, ever. I barely do, but, like, like, look at this design, it's just a bird. It's just a normal fantasy owl that you would see in, like... I don't actually want to say a property here, because I feel like if I'm wrong, then fans of that thing will be upset at me, because this video is going to get, like, 1 billion views, obviously. I don't know, let's just say Narnia or something. Yeah, I don't like Longclaw. I don't know why they decided to design, like, a mentor character like that for Sonic. As in with her sense of design. She just doesn't, like, fit in. And it's weird, because, like, even though she's for Sonic Movie 1, where, that movie obviously played a lot safer and stuff, that movie still has, like, echidnas, and, like, Tails still appears in the post-credits scene. Like, they're not afraid of embracing Andro designs, so it feels weird to have Longclaw there. But whatever. God, her hologram scene in the second movie is so fucking stupid, by the way. It's just, fuck, Longclaw exposition scene out of nowhere. Sonic, your map secretly had a hologram that's only now activated. Like, yeah, dude, okay. God, I don't even like looking at her. Why did I pick Longclaw? This is you guys' fault. It occurs to me, though... I say it occurs to me as though I haven't, like, had this thought several times, obviously, and several people have, but, like, once Movie 3 comes out, which is still, like, 1.5 years away, honestly, it's a really long time, I guess it's actually only, like, 1 year more than the difference between Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. Is that correct? Sonic Movie 1 came out in 2020, right? I don't remember. Fucking COVID just warped my perception of time completely. Well, yeah, wait, because I graduated in 2019. Yeah, okay, Sonic Movie 1 came out in 2019, 2020. Sonic Movie 2 came out in 2022. Sonic Movie 3 comes out 2024. Yeah, I guess that is about the same amount of time, actually. Look, whatever. Anyway, Sonic Movie 3 comes out, and... Oh, right, yeah, fucking chop it. Wait, no, I'm going for those. Those are my mission there. Okay, no, we're fine. Sonic Movie 3 comes out, and they probably add Movie Shadow to this game if it's still alive, which hopefully it is. I mean, it's already hit like a decade, and if you're a decade strong, then you can keep going probably, but you don't want to count on it. Um, but anyway, yeah, Movie Shadow will probably come out, and that'll be like fun, I guess. He might as well look better than regular Shadow, just because regular Shadow's model is like one of the most. Oh, it really needs updated of all the models in the game, because a lot of the like new characters have like super nice models that like animate super cleanly and have a lot of expression to them. And then you go back and play an old model and they're like just insanely limited. Like if you play fucking Shadow and then Lancelot in a row, it's really, really obvious. So maybe movie Shadow will look better than actual Shadow. But hopefully the game updates its models a bit by then. Even just using the speed battle models would be like something. But yeah, movie Shadow maybe. It's like very obvious that Shadow will go super in the second movie. Like, just duh. So in that regard, they could give us movie Super Shadow as well, and I don't know, just give him the same stats as Super Shadow whenever they add him. Like, he's in Speed Battle, so he has to come here. That's my train of logic, even though that hasn't necessarily proven true a lot of times in the past. We're still waiting on. Oh, jeez, that was like quite a harsh thing to get out of the loop to, but whatever, I made it. We're still waiting on like Wave and Storm and Tikal and Gamma and so many character variants I can't even name off the top of my head. I definitely want core characters first before variants, just because it feels nice to have the core cast. Like, it really is weird that we can play Jet in this game, but not Wave or Storm. I guess it's not that weird, because Jet is, like, the Babylon Rogue. He's the most important one. But still, like, core Sonic series cast, it feels more important that we have all of them than it does that we have, like, I don't know, what's that cream called? The Easter one. I don't think it's called Easter cream. I don't think it's called bunny cream either. So that'd be redundant. I think it's spring cream. I don't remember every variant name off the top of my head. DJ Vector would also be cool to have sooner rather than later. I guess the sooner rather than later doesn't matter. I don't know. It upsets me when there are characters that could just be in this game and aren't, you know? Like, every time they run an event for, like, Blaze or Rouge, like, just normal Blaze and Rouge that are already in the game, already easy to acquire off of, like, Roulette or Red Star Rings or whatever, an event for those could have been an event for, like, Lantern Silver, or fucking Icebreaker Jet, or Ice Slider, I don't remember what it's called, or, just something like that, just an excuse to give us more of the cast. The real fucked thing is how long it took for Gawain to come out for, like, no reason. Because they gave us, like, Excalibur Sonic a couple years back, and it was like, oh, that's cool, yeah, that's, him. Then we get, like, a Lancelot and Percival event, and then they just stopped, and they didn't, round out the trilogy. At least not. Oh, that was just a complete lapse in judgment. No, I will not use my free revive here. I'll take an opportunity to not be playing as Long Claw anymore. Hold on, I'm gonna grab a drink. That was nice. See, I had work today, so I've, like, talked a lot, so my voice box is already kind of, like, so maybe it wasn't wise for me to start doing, like a solo, bad cough, like a solo Let's Play type of thing. How many tokens do I have? I didn't mean to click Warhawk there. 435. We're about halfway there after 2 runs. That's it. That's pretty good. Let's play as Rusty Rose, because we're unlocking an Amy thing anyway. I forgot what I was talking about beforehand. I don't know, something about character variants to be in the game. Or, yeah, it was the fact that Gawain took so long to come out. He's here now, though, so we're fine. Um, I think... I think the first episode of this I recorded, I played as Gawain, right? God, it's been a while. It's been like a couple of weeks, actually, just waiting for a new event to start instead of just recapping characters that are already in the game. Um, but oh well. Hopefully we get a couple more Prime characters. It's like kind of weird that they gave us. We got Rusty Rose. Okay, that's the most significant version of Amy featured in Prime. It would appear. We got Tails 9, definitely the most significant version of Tails. We got Boss Cage Sonic, which is a bit of a weird pick, I feel, but like, New Yoke Sonic is, I think, probably too similar to modern Sonic, so I guess it makes sense that they were like, yeah, Boss Cage, that at least changes like the shoe and glove color. Um, but then that's it. We haven't gotten like, you know, any of the Knuckles or Rouge versions that are in the game. We haven't got any of the big versions that are in the game, or in Prime rather. I don't necessarily know if we'll get a Shadow that's from anything to do with Prime, because Shadow so far hasn't had any sort of design change in Prime. But there are those like season 2 teaser visuals where Shadow's trying to like take the whatever tech it is that Sonic has that makes his shoes and gloves automatically adjust to the new Shatterverse. There's that preview image where Shadow is trying to take those. And if he does, then maybe Shadow would get a couple other designs. Oh, who knows? You know, that reminds me, a thought I had that's kind of interesting is, like, it's funny to me that Prime is, at present anyway, more willing to change Sonic's design than it is Shadow's. Because Sonic is obviously, like, the face of the franchise, the most marketable character. His red shoes are his trademark very much, other than being blue and spiky and fast, of course. Shadow is, like, less recognizable, less marketable to kids, you know, the primary audience of the series. But they're still not compromising on his image as much as they are Sonic, which is just kind of funny to me. I mean, even the fact that, like, in Sonic Boom, Shadow, for all intents and purposes, isn't even really redesigned. Like, he is, but there's virtually no meaningful difference other than a couple more quills, and I think, like, slightly different shoes and gloves, and obviously proportions. Sonic's redesign for Boom is a lot more drastic than Shadow's. Even though, again, Sonic's the face of the franchise, the one we all recognize. That'll also hold true for the movie as well. Like, Shadow's design is slightly changed for the movie because he's, you know, not got mono eye anymore, just like Sonic. But they also, like, blued up Sonic's arms, and Shadow's arms haven't changed color. Not that there's any reason for him to. Like, I guess it's just kind of funny to me that it feels like there is a degree to which Sega are more protective of Shadow than they are of Sonic. So I've ended up in a boss fight here. I wonder if, like, I'll get these. I don't think tokens are gonna spawn along the track during the boss fight, so we're just gonna die. We're about half an hour in, and we're only at 541 tokens. That's acceptable. I didn't mean to click boosters there. You know, I have this weird thing where I don't like collecting. I don't like doing missions unless I'm doing them in pairs. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. It's outright weird of me. I will concede. But I don't know. It's just my thing. And we're playing Tango now, I decided, based on absolutely nothing. God. I wonder when fucking IDW 59 will come out on my pirate sites. I'd like to read the comic, like, legally, but the options are so bad. It's just not worth it. I guess the best option is just buying them, but, like, I feel weird to, like, start effectively collecting IDW from issue, like, 59, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I want to collect all the IDW comics, but I want to do it in the format that's like the most convenient, I guess, and probably like best quality. And that would be the IDW collections, those hardback massive releases with like 12 volumes or issues a pop, rather. Um, those are cool. Those seem like the ideal way to get it. But I'm weird on those because of the fact that, like, imagine the comic stops or something. Um, then will those, like, 12 issues to a hardback collection be able to keep coming out? Can they actually collect every issue in that format? I don't know. Um, I don't want to start collecting the best, most consistent format only for it to, like, stop releasing. It's like the Dragon boxes for Dragon Ball, the ones that have, like, the best video the Dragon Balls had in the West. Um, and they stopped after, like, early Saiyan Saga or something. Um, so, yeah, you can collect it all very easily because there's only just, like, a couple fucking DVD boxes or whatever. Um, but it doesn't actually collect all of Dragon Ball Z the show, so it's just like, well, why would you bother? That's how I feel with collecting. I like having the way that has the most amount of things to it. Um, that's why I'm buying like the Sonic X Blu-ray that's coming out by what are they? Discotek. Discotek's Sonic X Japanese language standard definition Blu-ray, which comes out in just a couple days from recording this. Um, I pre-ordered that because it seems like, oh, this is like the best definitive way to own Sonic X, and it gets you all the show in one go. Um, and even though I'm not going to watch the Blu-rays because I don't have a Blu-ray player, um, it's still got like the best video Sonic X has had, and it's the Japanese version, which like Sonic X is pretty heavily censored over in the West. It's very much a different show when it's dubbed. Um, so that's why we want Japanese, because it's like, that's what Sonic X is. Ooh. Um, I hope Satyam and Neovia get something like that. And Underground. I nearly forgot about it. I've apparently got the hiccups now. That'll be really obnoxious. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to see if I can, like, properly breathe in such a way that my hiccups will disappear. It's looking good, but I don't want to count on anything. Because I can feel one coming up. I don't know. We'll see. Sonic physical media is cool. I think it would be fun to collect all the Archie comics, but, like, I also think it would be borderline impossible. So I'm just not gonna bother. I mean, it wouldn't literally be impossible, it's just it would be so expensive and difficult that I don't want to do it. Collecting all of Fleetway is probably easier by way of, like, when it comes to Fleetway, you're just collecting numbered issues, whereas with, that was a way too early jump. Whereas with Archie, it's like, oh, okay, well, you've got the main numbered issues, obviously, we're gonna ignore that. But then you've got, like, the couple mini-series with 3 volumes apiece, and you've got, like, the entire Knuckles series, and Sonic Universe, and, like, the Sonic Archives, and the Sonic Super Specials, and there's too much, it's scary. I can't imagine, like, collecting that would feel very good to do. Let's play as Jet, I like Extreme Gear. We've got 643. We're getting there. This video's probably going to be quite a bit longer than the other one. Yeah. You know, suddenly I think if I'm ever on, like, a break from 11:30 to 12:30 again and a new event starts, I will not be able to do it in half an hour, even with all my, you know, little optimizations I make. Because I'm getting way more tokens now, but the amount of tokens needed does actually just make this harder. Yeah, I don't know. Again, weird form. I'm not sure how to feel about her. I wish Jet had proper fucking animations here, by the way. It's so stupid that, like, he just has normal tricks and the extreme gear just floats underneath him. And he's not even standing on it. It looks so bad, you know? The other thing that saddens me is, like, I forgot I was dashing, so I can't quite demonstrate it. But, when you jump as an extreme gear character in Sonic Forces Speed Battle, you do a cool flip. Here, you just kind of lift off the ground. And it's like, oh, come on, man. It can't be that hard to bring the animation over, and it's so much cooler. Yeah, I don't know. If I said that one of my characters on my, like, internal wish list would be, like, the writer's variants, I don't know why I pronounced that so weirdly. It's because I was going to say versions, I was going to say variants at the same time, and my mind just didn't know how to process that. The writer's variants of the, like, existing core cast, and I don't just mean, the outfits. Like, yeah, sure, give Sonic those other shoes and gloves and, like, the sunglasses and shit. But no, I also want them to be on their extreme gear and have that in, like, all their animations, and maybe they're fucking, like, character renders, but that's slightly less required. And just do that for, like, Sonic and Tails and Knuckles and Amy and Shadow and Rouge, and, you could keep going for a while. It would just be cool. We would get to have... It could be our, like... writers, fans, they don't get to eat very much. Considering the series has been in complete limbo since they dropped it on Xbox fucking Connect for some reason. And they took the fact that it's on Xbox Connect and thus performed poorly as people don't like writers' games anymore, and then we haven't had one in like 13 years. But if they added all the writers' characters to Sonic Dash, the mobile endless running game, it would be something. Yeah, I don't know. Being a Riders fan specifically seems like painful almost, lol. There's obviously Sonic Riders, oh fuck, I can't remember what they're called. There's two major Sonic Riders, like, fan projects. One of them's Tournament Edition, actually. I think it's Tournament Edition in DX, although I also think one of them got renamed. And then I guess Sonic Riders Zero Gravity has regravitified. I think that's one that exists. Either way, no, if you like Sonic Riders, then you get to do all those cool fan projects that have, like, brought the game back to life and got, like, competitive scenes and are fun as fuck. Apparently. You obviously need a pretty powerful PC because of the fact that they're all fundamentally running off of Dolphin. I guess pretty powerful is maybe exaggerated. It can be, like, a fine mid-range, maybe. I don't know. I don't know a lot about PCs. My PC that I have seems to be able to run Dolphin. I played Melee on it for a bit. I couldn't quite tell how well it ran, though, because of the fact that, my controls were not quite set up properly. And I pressed the start button twice, and that closed Dolphin. So I don't know. I have Dolphin, I said, but I'm playing it for RetroArch, and I don't actually know if Dolphin, by way of RetroArch, is, like, necessarily the best or not. I don't know. I don't know a lot about emulation either. Dab? I feel like I haven't run out of things to talk about. I can just keep spewing shit, but, like, my mouth is tired and my brain is tired. Let's talk about, like, Barry, the what fucking animal was it again? Qua? I think I'm just thinking Barry the The only thing my mind is coming up with is, like, Quan Chi, the Mortal Kombat character, Quan X the Chainsaw Man character, whose name I don't know how to pronounce and who I haven't met yet either. But no, Barry, the character from the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, who has a species listed by their character designer, um, and whose name is Barry because of the trailer and because of internal like code within the game. They're cool. It would be funny as hell to put them in Dash. Um, I sincerely doubt they would. Um, in the first place, it would kind of go against the nature of the character because they're just supposed to be like the average citizen in the Sonic world. So giving them the ability to run really fast and boost and like fucking spinball and homing attack would maybe sacrifice the character's intent. But my answer to that is who fucking cares, lol. Put the funny animal that starts with a Q-U-A in the game. Quokka! It's Quokka! Q-U-O-K-K-A. So I was wrong about the Qua sound entirely. They're a Quokka. Barry the Quokka. I don't know what a Quokka is other than it being... It's either a rodent or a marsupial. Although there might be crossover there. It is quite funny how many relatively obscure animals feature in Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, I don't consider hedgehogs, like, rare or obscure or, I guess, in any way exotic, because I live in Scotland and Scotland has hedgehogs, but I know they're not necessarily as, like, prolific in other parts of the world. But Sonic aside, the, like, third most important character is Knuckles the Echidna. And I don't think the average person would necessarily know what an echidna is. And you can always tell people the funny echidna fact. Echidna, four-headed penis. It's really funny, guys. And yeah, using obscure animals, trend continues with Barry the Quokka, the playable character from the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. Side note, it surprises me how many people, like, get Barry's pronouns wrong. And I don't think it's done out of, like, malice, but, in a lot of the spheres where it happens, it's places like Tumblr or Twitter that are quite, they respect pronouns to a fair degree. And it's like, oh, trans representation is particularly cool. So having a canon, like, non-binary protagonist in a Sonic game, which is, like, fun and cool and shit, it ends up catching me off guard when people, miss that fact. Not so much by way, again, I don't think it's malice at all. I think it's just, like, Barry the name is, I would say, like, traditionally masculine, and their design doesn't really strongly lean either way, but it is kind of closer to how males in Sonic are designed than females. Like, I don't think, if you didn't notice that Barry is only ever referred to with they, them pronouns, and you're otherwise, like, not one to peruse social media or the way people talk about the game, then yeah, I think it's fair enough to assume, I guess. The other thing is obviously, like, yeah, you wouldn't necessarily expect it from Sonic the Hedgehog, of all things. But I don't know, I think it's cool. It gave me a lot of thoughts while I'm playing it, because, like, I'm non-binary, but I've only known that for, like, a quite short amount of time. And in that time, I've not really had much to relate to for it, necessarily. There's a character in the Owl House, but, like, I like that character, but they're also, like, of relative unimportance to me compared to most of the rest of that show's characters. But outside of that, I don't know, there's not too many. Again, there are options, but, like, but Barry is, and not only that, but they're, like, actually the playable character. I'm them, I'm in their mind, I'm controlling them and their thoughts and actions. Like, whoa! So I don't know, that was interesting. I feel like it was like, it's hard to describe how that felt. It was vague. I'm kind of just figuring the whole gender shit out for myself still, really. Um, I should probably... I would like to be more open about it, because I feel like it would allow me... I don't know. I feel like if I'm being myself more, then it's gonna be just a bit more fun. Um, but it's weird. My, like, family aren't super supportive of that type of thing. Which is kind of why I want to get out, because it's like, oh, then I'm challenging them, and they'll, like, maybe think about what they're saying a bit more, and, be kinder. But maybe they won't, and I'll just have to, like, live through a bunch of really, like, verbally toxic shit. Frankly, I don't have to deal with anything physical, because that's unbelievably fucked up. But verbally, they don't say a lot of the nicest things about, like, anybody whose gender is outside of cis male and cis female. That got a bit dark, a bit upsetting. Let's talk about this funny Sonic game again. It's really cool that you can, with the screen record thing, see how long I've been going for, because we're at like 46 minutes right now. And you know what? We're nearly done. 23 more tokens. I, again, don't know if I prefer this token structure, but they are coming in quickly. It feels crazy to have like 900 tokens out of 1,000, and we're only like... It's only actually been like 4 runs or something. Maybe more, maybe less. I haven't been counting. I mean, we played Supersonic at first, then we switched to... I don't know how many runs it's been. But we'll probably collect Amy, like, this run. Oh god, I'm reminded I should have, like... So, oh, that's 1,000. Swag, yeah, all the tokens, like, disappeared. Okay, I will let myself die after this. Swag. And that should be... Popstar Amy. I'll screenshot this as I always do, but whenever I actually do it, I'll probably have to crop out the timer for my fucking Tumblr post or whatever. Well, that aside, that's the character unlocked now. Let's clear both these missions. Now, see, I want to fully upgrade her right now on camera and, like, play her. But they've done this fucking thing where, for whatever reason, they will make it so instead of paying rings, you can just do it by ad. And to be fair, that's technically better, right? Because it's like, oh, you're saving rings. But one time I actually tried it, and I was like, you know what, okay, I'll not turn my Wi-Fi off, I'll actually sit down, watch the ads, and get the level. The thing is, though, it's not just like, watch one ad, and then I can just not have to watch any more ads and level up. I'll watch an ad, it'll do that one level, and then I'll start paying rings again. But then it'll only let me do 2 ring payments, and it's like another ad. And technically, yeah, that saves you a lot of rings, I think. But, like, bro, they're like 30 fucking second ads. So I think the plan was I would turn off my mobile data and my Wi-Fi. But I can't remember if it'll show my Wi-Fi name. Oh, that's just mug card shit. Yeah, okay, it didn't show my Wi-Fi, whatever, we're turning that off. Okay, yeah, and that hasn't interrupted the recording either. I will not connect back to Wi-Fi, I'll sort that out once I stop recording. But hey, that's Popstar Amy collected and fully upgraded. It only took like 100,000 rings. I'm reminded I saw somebody in like the Hard Light server who just posted like a screenshot of their game or whatever, and they had similar amounts of currency to me, and somebody accused them of being a hacker. And it's like, just because you've not got a lot of rings doesn't mean other people can't. I mean, I already explained how I have so many rings. I think even in... Where is it? Stats. Rings banked 449,000, but obviously I have oh wait, that's single run best. Okay, yeah, for lifetime rings banked 887,000, and a lot of those got doubled, and a lot of those got quadrupled by way of the fucking various like ring boosts I have or whatever. It is not unreasonable for me to have this many rings, given that fact. The red star rings. Oh, also, I mentioned rings banked. That is also like a number that excludes login bonuses and the roulette and shit. So that's more rings I can have made. Yeah. Red star rings, I'll admit, part of that is just me getting very lucky on the roulette wheel back when that had red star rings on it. Part of it's also when the game had proper login bonuses. It would also let you watch ads to double those login bonuses, so sometimes it would just be like, here's 16 red star rings. I will, again, fully concede, a lot of that is luck. I haven't bought red star rings ever, by the way. But to a degree, I am lucky there. The gems, that seems like an absurdly high number. The most expensive singular thing in the game is like 1,175 gems or something. But once you've finished doing that, if you literally just clear missions, then you get a lot of gems, like, really fucking quickly. It's barely a consideration. Anyway, I'm going to go back to Green Hill Zone because, or no, fucking Seaside Hill Zone because, I don't know, I just like doing my runs from here. And we're gonna play Popstar Amy. This is my first time seeing her in motion too. She's got the usual Amy running animation, which I don't love, but whatever. We're going to ignore items for now because they last a while. And whenever I do my first, like, set of tricks, I like seeing the animations without, like, shield over or magnet over, you know? Like, they hide from the model. I wanna see the model. I wanna see the nice close-ups. What was my other mission, by the way? You know, I tried to tap and I missed, and then I just decided I'm not going to tap anymore. Um, yeah, I mean, it's a fun design, really. Um, it's like, it's surprising how much it takes from, like, it's called Popstar Amy, but, like, this is Idol Amy, and we know it. I'm fine with it. Yeah. Oh man, the mission was Dash. Okay. Um, I feel like her model's quite small. Sometimes the character models feel quite small, and I don't know what it is. I mean, they probably just are literally small, you know, like not very large scale, etc., etc. Yeah, see, now I can't see the animations as well because of the effects. I didn't actually pay attention to what her animations were, that was my bad. Okay, I think Amy might have that one. I think that's no. I can't remember. That might be no. I don't know. I don't even. Amy's not really one of my favorite female Sonic characters to begin with, which is a distinction I draw because I think there is slightly more attention paid to making the male characters like cool, interesting, likable, whatever. Um, I don't love Amy, um, like to begin with, but also I don't like her running animation, man. What is that? What is that weird little arm flail? Like, come on. She's like a speed character in most games she's in. Like, give her a proper running animation where she's not doing some like dainty, stereotypically girly little jump, you know? Um, like it's fine. It was the girly one, as it were. But she's still fun and powerful and like cool and shit. That's part of her character as well. Um, Anyway, I'll probably just finish that mission and then, like, stop. Like, nearly done anyway. That can be rings? Yeah, okay. I'll get to the end of... I'll bank these rings, basically, and then I will stop the run and probably stop recording because we're nearly at the hour mark, and I upload these off of my phone with not great upload speeds. Chances are I am basically going to have to leave my phone on not overnight, but like I will go to sleep while the video is still uploading, basically. If I wanted to deliberately end the run, why did I do the tricks and get the ring bonus? See, it's pure muscle memory at this point. Like, do the thing. Um, right, there we go. We jobbed as Amy. We got our animals. We blah blah blah. We got some rings. We did some blah blah blah. That's a shit set of missions. Defeat boss in general was like the worst mission possible. But yeah, that is Popstar Amy in the collection there. How many Amy's is that? We've got Amy, we've got All Star Amy, we've got Jingle Bell Amy, we've got Paladin Amy, we've got Rusty Rose, we've got Popstar Amy. It's incredible how many variants like she has. Um, and then yeah, next week Rockstar Rouge will come out. Um, which is like the fourth Rouge variant. Her design looks cool. I'd like it more. I don't know. I like Popstar Amy because again, basically just an idol costume. Rockstar Rouge is like, you know, conventionally rock in comparison. We'll see. I'm excited. Um, I'm probably not going to make a video let's play out of that one. The reason I was so excited to do that for Popstar Amy, or really just the first new event character in a while, was because I want to talk about my strats, my hints, my tiny little optimizations you could make to get your characters within like a half-hour break or something. Um, I think when I got one in like 28 minutes, I on shift sent a screenshot into the hard like Discord server. I like hid behind the bar or whatever. Um, and yeah, people were impressed because it's like, Jesus Christ, you got that character in half an hour. That's really fucking fast. With this new event, it took me almost a full hour, and that was with near constant gameplay. Um, Again, I avoided bosses. I went on loops because those are now a good thing rather than a bad thing. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm so long when my voice is tired. Um, Hopefully, I did like lower my game audio and I turned sound effects off, and I've been keeping quite close to the mic. The whole point of those free testing videos I uploaded was really just to see how it sounded. So hopefully this comes out good. Um, I will watch it start to finish anyway because, well, I just love the sound of my own voice, of course. Um, but like I know Tegan didn't finish the last one because the audio really was just that bad. um, so I'm hoping in turning sound effects off and game audio low that it should be fine. Again, the test uploads made it seem like, oh, it totally would be fine, but who knows? Yeah. Anyway, that was a cool video. Thanks very much for watching, Mugcord. Make sure to join discord.gg/mugcord. See you later. Bye bye. Kisses.